Would you like to sound smarter when you're speaking in English? Of course you do. So that's why today I'm going to tell you 10 different adjectives to help you sound smarter. That's coming up. So the adjectives that I'm going to talk to you about today are a little more academic, and they're great adjectives because they're very descriptive, very precise. And that is a great way to improve your fluency because you're better able to express your thoughts, your opinions, your ideas. And they just so happen to be 10 of my favorite adjectives that I like to use because I want to sound smart. So I'm going to give you the pronunciation of these adjectives. I'm going to tell you what they mean and how they're commonly used. So let's begin. The first word is ubiquitous. And ubiquitous has 4 syllables. That first syllable is just like you're saying the letter U. Ubiquitous. And the stress is going to be on that second syllable. Ubiquitous. 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 Ubiquitous means existing or being everywhere. It is something that you see everywhere you go. It could be a shop, a store, and you find it all over the world. For example, you have companies that you see everywhere, like Starbucks, McDonald's. Wherever you go, whether you like it or not, you see these places. They are ubiquitous. It could also be used to talk about maybe a word, phrase, or expression that you might commonly hear that is ubiquitous. You hear it all the time. You wouldn't really use it to talk about a person that you see all the time because, again, there is only one person. Ubiquitous is talking about something where there is a lot. It is a lot more than just one. It's everywhere. It's ubiquitous. Local coffee shops are ubiquitous in my hometown. The next word is cumbersome. The word cumbersome has 3 syllables, and the stress is on the first syllable. Cumbersome. Cumbersome. And something that is cumbersome is something that is difficult, something that is burdensome, and usually it's often talking about something that is physical, that is difficult to move or carry, maybe because it has an awkward shape, or maybe it's really heavy, and it is cumbersome to move something from one place to another. It's not always used to talk about an object. It can be used to talk about a situation as well, something that is difficult, problematic. We could say that it is cumbersome. It's a cumbersome situation, a cumbersome challenge, a cumbersome life. Moving the furniture outside was really cumbersome. The next adjective, and it's one of my favorites because, well, it kind of describes me, is facetious. Facetious has 3 syllables, and the stress is on that second syllable. It's like you're just saying the letter C, facetious. And that first syllable has that schwa, that sound, facetious. Facetious. Facetious means not to be taken literal or serious. And I would say it's kind of in between a joke and a lie. And you're almost kind of teasing somebody when you're being facetious. You're saying something that is so ridiculous, it's so outlandish that the other person or people, they shouldn't take you seriously because what you're saying is so ridiculous. You are being facetious. Don't listen to him. He's being facetious. Next is arduous. And arduous has 3 syllables, and the stress is on the first syllable. Arduous. Now, you don't hear that D sound that much. It's not very strong. It almost sounds a little like a J. Arduous. Arduous. And something that is arduous is difficult because it requires a lot of exertion, a lot of thought, a lot of energy. And it's often used to describe something that you have to do, like a task, an arduous task, an arduous problem, an arduous chore. It requires a lot of exertion, and it's because of that, it's just really difficult. It's arduous. building the sandcastle was an arduous task. Next is presumptuous. And presumptuous has 4 syllables, and the stress is on that second syllable. And the S almost sounds a little more like a Z, presumptuous, presumptuous. And if somebody is being presumptuous, then that just means that they're showing little or no respect for others by doing something that they shouldn't be doing. They're being presumptuous, thinking that they can do this or that when they shouldn't do it. It's presumptuous. For example, if you go over to a friend's place, most of us don't just walk inside their home or apartment. You knock on the door because it's polite, it's respectful. If you just walk inside like you own the place, then you would be presumptuous. It was presumptuous of him to think that this was a date. She just thought they were friends. Next is pensive. And the pronunciation, very easy, just 2 syllables, and the stress is on that first syllable. Pensive, pensive. Now, if somebody is pensive, that just means that they are in deep thought. They're really thinking about or reflecting on something. It's almost like a dream-like state. You're in such deep thought, you've just tuned out the rest of the world. You would say that this person is pensive, or somebody might look pensive. And usually if somebody is pensive, it's because something requires that deep thought. It could be something serious, it could be something bad or unfortunate that makes somebody pensive and really have to think about something. She's thinking about her friend in the hospital. She looks pensive. The next adjective, which is another one that I really like, is circuitous. And circuitous has 4 syllables, and there's a few things going on with the pronunciation. In the first syllable, that C is going to have more of an S sound, circuitous. The stress is going to be on that second syllable, and that CU it's kind of like you're saying the letter Q, circuitous. Circuitous. And circuitous is talking about a very roundabout way to get somewhere, where you're just not taking the most direct route. And I think we've all probably tried to go somewhere, and maybe we got a little lost and we went way out of our way, and we ended up taking a circuitous route. And frequently it's used with this word when talking about the direction that you go, a circuitous route, a circuitous path. And it is just this windy, roundabout way that you try to go and get somewhere, circuitous. We took a circuitous route to reach our destination. Next is conscientious. And this is a great adjective to describe maybe yourself or someone else. And I think the pronunciation is what makes many learners avoid this word, because they look at it and think, what's going on there? So conscientious has 4 syllables, and the stress is on that third syllable, that N, conscientious, conscientious. That second syllable is what really confuses people, because that SCI almost sounds like you're saying she. Conscientious, conscientious. And someone who is conscientious just means that they have a moral responsibility to do their work carefully, and also, treat others with respect and be fair to others. Someone who's conscientious is really able to put themselves in another person's shoes and really see how they feel and empathize with them. They are aware of their surroundings, and because of that, we would say they are conscientious. Great word. She's very conscientious of her health. The next word is meticulous. And this word has 4 syllables, and the stress is on that second syllable. Meticulous, meticulous. That first syllable also has that schwa, that sound, that reduced vowel sound. meticulous. This is another word that I like because I think it does describe me in many situations. If someone is meticulous, that means that they try to pay really close attention to the details. They're meticulous in their work. They're focused on the details and they want to make sure every little thing is in order. Someone is meticulous. Now, it's usually, I think it is a good thing when you're talking about somebody's work that you want to pay close attention to the details so you don't miss anything and be very meticulous. He's meticulous with his designs. The final adjective that I have for you is convoluted. Convoluted also has 4 syllables and the stress is on the first syllable. Convoluted. That second syllable again has that schwa sound, that reduced vowel sound. Convoluted. Convoluted. If something is convoluted, it means that it is extremely difficult to follow because things are connected and intertwined and mixed around in a way that's difficult to understand. That means that something is convoluted. It can be used to describe a story or an argument or maybe even a sentence that is hard to follow and it doesn't make much sense. It's convoluted. The story was convoluted because there were so many different people involved. So those are 10 super awesome adjectives that will help you sound smarter when you're having a conversation in English. It'll also help you be more descriptive when you're expressing your thoughts, your ideas, your opinions. So please use those adjectives. Now, as a special treat, I have a bonus adjective for you, and this is your practice. I'm going to give you an adjective and I want you to click on the meaning. What do you think this adjective means? If you don't know the meaning, then just write "I don't know" in the comments and then I'll tell you. You ready for your adjective? Here it is. What do you think this means? Uncanny. Something is uncanny. I have an uncanny feeling that I'm being watched. What do you think it means? Click on the answer, or the video is going to end. Something is uncanny. It means what?